I found out my wedding photographer wasn't actually a photographer 17 minutes before I was supposed to walk down the aisle. She was drunk, slurring her words, holding a Canon Rebel T3i she'd bought at a pawn shop 3 days earlier for $200. And when my maid of honor asked to see her portfolio, she panicked and said her laptop was in the car. The car that didn't exist because she'd taken an Uber. With a camera she didn't know how to use. To photograph a wedding she was completely unqualified for. After taking her $8,000 deposit 6 months earlier. Okay, let me back up. My name's Jenna. I'm 28 years old. I work as a middle school science teacher, which means I spend most of my day explaining to 12-year-olds that no, mixing random chemicals will not give them superpowers, and yes, they still have to show their work. I make $52,000 a year. My husband now, is named Daniel. He's 30. He's a physical therapist. Makes about $68,000. We're not rich, but we're stable. We got engaged in October 2 years ago. Started planning the wedding immediately because I'm one of those people who had a Pinterest board before I even had a boyfriend. We set the date for June, outdoor ceremony, garden venue, 150 guests. Budget was $42,000, which sounds insane, but that's what weddings cost now, apparently. The biggest line item after the venue was photography. Everyone told us not to cheap out on photography. You can skimp on flowers, on favors, on the DJ, but not photos. Photos are forever. So we started looking. Professional wedding photographers in our area charged anywhere from $3,000 to $12,000. We were aiming for the middle, $5,000 to $7,000. Reasonable quality, good reviews, someone who wouldn't disappear with our money. I spent weeks researching, looking at portfolios, reading reviews, checking websites. I made a spreadsheet. Because of course I did. I'm a science teacher. Spreadsheets are how I cope. Then my coworker Amy told me about someone. My cousin used her last year. She's amazing. Her photos are like magazine quality. And she's way cheaper than the big companies. She charged my cousin $4,000 for the whole day. $4,000, that was half what we were budgeting. I was immediately suspicious. What's the catch? No catch if she's just newer, building her portfolio. But seriously, look at her Instagram. She's incredible. Amy showed me the Instagram. The handle was at Tessa Captures Light. Very artsy, very professional sounding. The feed was full of wedding photos, gorgeous photos, romantic lighting, candid moments, emotional reactions. Exactly what I wanted. I scrolled through. Every photo looked perfect. The kind of stuff you see in bridal magazines. Sunlight through trees, couples laughing, dancing, kissing, tears, joy. All of it. This is amazing, I said. Why is she so cheap? She's only been doing weddings for 2 years. She wants more booking. She's running a special right now, 50% off if you book before the end of the month. 50% off $4,000, $2,000 for wedding photography. That was insane. That was too good to be true. But the photos looked real, professional, and Amy's cousin had used her. That was a real reference. Can you send me her info? Amy sent me Tessa's email and phone number. I emailed her that night. Introduced myself. Said I was interested in her services for a June wedding. Asked about pricing and availability. She responded within an hour, super friendly, professional. Said she'd love to work with us. Her rate was normally $4,000, but she was running a promotion. $2,000 for 8 hours of coverage, all edited high-resolution digital files, a private online gallery, full rights to the images. This sounds perfect, I wrote back. Can we set up a call to discuss details? We scheduled a call for that weekend. Saturday morning, I had a list of questions. Daniel and I both got on the phone. Tessa sounded great. Warm. Professional. She asked about our vision, our style. What moments were most important to us? She talked about her process, how she captured candid moments, how she worked with natural light, how she made couples feel comfortable. I want your photos to feel like you, she said. Not like a pose you saw on Pinterest, like actually you. I love that. Daniel loved that. We were sold. What's the booking process? I asked. I require a 50% deposit to hold the date. My maid of honor, Becca, called Tessa's number. Voicemail, 1 p.m. The ceremony was at 3. We needed getting ready photos. We needed first look photos. We needed time. I was starting to panic again. 1:15. My mom's phone rang. Unknown number, she answered. Hello? Yes, this is the mother of the bride. Okay, I'll let her know. She hung up. Looked at me. That was Tessa. She's running late. She'll be here by 1:30. It's 1:30. Fine, we could work with that. 1:30 came. No Tessa. 1:45. Becca's phone rang. Tessa. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Bonjour. Tessa. What? Are you serious? Becca hung up, looked at me, her face was pale. She's here, but Jenna? Something's wrong. What do you mean wrong? Just come see. I walked downstairs in my robe and slippers out to the parking lot. There was a woman standing by the entrance. I know. Waved, just me, baby. See her wrinkled clothes. Holding a camera, she saw me, waved, stumbled slightly. Oh no, got a lot closer. Her reached her alcohol strong. Jenna, she smiled. Too wide, her eyes were glassy. Sorry, I'm late. Traffic was crazy. She was drunk. Obviously unmistakably drunk. Are you okay? I asked. I'm great, ready to shoot your beautiful day. She lifted the camera. Nearly dropped. Caught it. Left. Oops. Butterfingers. It's on my laptop. In the car. Which car? Tessa looked around the parking lot, confused. I took an Uber actually, so I'll pull it up on my phone. She fumbled with her phone, dropped it, picked it up, opened Instagram, showed us that Tessa captures light. See, it's me. Becca took the phone, scrolled, looked at me, Jenna. Can I talk to you privately? We walked a few feet away. This isn't her, Becca whispered. What? The photos on this Instagram, they're stolen, look. She showed me a photo, a bride and groom at sunset, beautiful. Professional. Then she did a reverse image search on her phone. The photo appeared on a different photographer's website. A photographer in California named Marcus Chen. Becca scrolled through more photos. Reverse searched them. Different photographers, different states. Every single photo was stolen. Oh my god. She's not a photographer, Becca said. She's a scammer. I looked back at Tessa. She was leaning against the wall, swaying slightly, checking her phone. I walked back over. Who are you? I'm Tessa. You're a photographer. What's your last name? She hesitated. Morrison. Where did you go to school? I'm self-taught. How long you been doing weddings? 2 years. How many weddings have you shot? Like 50? Can you show me one photo you actually took? She stared at me. They're on my laptop. You don't have a single photo on your phone? Not one? I keep them all organized on my computer. Show me a photo you took this week. Of anything. Your breakfast, your dog, anything. She opened her camera roll. It was almost empty. A few screenshots, a selfie from 3 days ago. No photos, no portfolio. No evidence she'd ever used a camera as a camera. You're not a photographer, I said. I am. You stole those Instagram photos from real photographers. I didn't steal them, I used them as inspiration. You catfished us, you took our money, and you showed up drunk to my wedding with a camera you clearly don't know how to use. Tessa's face changed. The friendly act dropped. Look, I needed the money. I'm going through a hard time, but I can still shoot your wedding. I watched YouTube tutorials. I know what I'm doing, you're drunk. I had one drink to calm my nerves. You can barely stand. I can do this. Becca stepped in. Leave now, before we call the police. You already paid me. The contract says non-refundable. The contract also says you'll provide professional photography services. You're not a professional. You're a scammer. I'll sue you. With what lawyer? Becca said. Get the hell out of here. Tessa stared at us, then she stumbled away. Called another Uber from the driveway left. I stood there in my robe in the parking lot 17 minutes before I was supposed to start getting ready for my walk down the aisle. No photographer. $2,000 gone. I started crying, not quiet tears, full sobbing. My mom hugged me. We'll figure it out. We paid her $2,000. She's not even a photographer. She's just some drunk woman with a stolen Instagram account. Becca was already on her phone, calling people. Texting? I'm finding you a photographer. Give me 10 minutes. She called 6 photographers, all booked. It was a Saturday in June, wedding season. Then she called her brother. I need a favor. Do you still have your nice camera? Can you get to the Rose Crusade in 30 minutes? I'll explain later, please. Matt arrived 26 minutes later. He had a Canon 5D Mark Rotary. He did nature photography as a hobby. He wasn't a wedding photographer. But he had a camera and he was sober and he was willing. I've never shot a wedding, he said. I'll do my best. It's more than Tessa offered, I said. Matt shot my wedding. He did an amazing job, got all the important moments. The ceremony, the first dance, the cake cutting. The photos aren't perfect. Some are slightly out of focus, some are weird cropping, but they're real. They're ours. After the wedding, after the honeymoon, I decided to find Tessa. Real Tessa. Whoever she actually was, I started with the email address, tessacaptureslight@gmail.com. So TessaCapturesLight@gmail.com. I reverse searched it, found it linked to a Facebook account. The account was private, but the profile picture was visible. It was her, the drunk woman from my wedding. But the name on the account wasn't Tessa Morrison. It was Rachel Voss. I Googled Rachel Voss, found a LinkedIn profile. She'd worked as a dental receptionist until 8 months ago. Did I research a scam brides? And not Christmasless scam brides, and I found 3 other brides who used Tessa Morrison, all in local wedding planning Facebook groups, all confiding, all scammed. Took our deposit and ghosted another. She showed up 2 hours late, completely drunk, with a disposable camera. Yes, a disposable camera. We sent her home. Another. She took our money, showed up, took maybe 50 photos, and they were all blurry and unusable. She blocked us when we asked for a refund. I reached out to all of them. We compared notes, same fake Instagram, same stolen photos, same story about being newer and offering discounts, same non-refundable deposit contract. Total scam, 7 brides, $14,000 combined. I filed a police report. Fraud. Theft by deception. The detective took my statement, took my evidence, said they'd investigate. 2 months later, they arrested Rachel Voss, charged her with multiple counts of fraud and theft. She'd scammed 11 brides total, over $20,000. She pled guilty, got sentenced to 18 months in county jail. Restitution ordered. She was supposed to pay all of us back. I got a check 6 months later, $312. My portion of what Rachel could pay out of $2,000. I never got the rest. Rachel had no assets, no job, no way to pay. The restitution was a piece of paper, a promise that meant nothing. But at least she went to jail. At least she faced consequences. I found the real photographers whose work she'd stolen, emailed them, told them what happened. Most of them were horrified. One of them, Marcus Chen, the California photographer, sent me a message. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I deal with photo theft constantly, but I've never heard of someone using my work to scam brides. If you want, I'd be happy to edit your wedding photos for free. As an apology on behalf of photographers everywhere, I sent him Matt's photos. He edited them. Color corrected, cropped, fixed the focus issues where he could. Sent them back. They're beautiful, not magazine perfect, but real. Honest. Ours. We printed our favorites, framed them. They're on our wall. And weirdly, I love them more than I would have loved Tessa's fake stolen aesthetic. Because these photos are real. Taken by someone who cared, someone who showed up. Daniel and I celebrated our 2nd anniversary last month. We looked through the wedding photos, laughed at the chaos. At the drunk scammer. At Becca's brother saving the day. Best wedding ever, Daniel said. Minutes, photographer, 17 minutes, and Rachel sometimes about what desperation looks like. She lost her job, needed money. Decided to scam brides instead of getting legitimate work. Stole photos, faked a business. Showed up drunk to weddings with cameras she didn't know how to use. And for what? $20,000 that she spent immediately and ended up in jail anyway. Was it worth it? I don't think she thought that far ahead. I think she thought she'd take the deposits and ghost. Easy money, no consequences. But people talk. Brides compare notes. Detectives investigate. Courts prosecute. There are always consequences. This is a Pulse Stories original. If you've ever been scammed by a wedding vendor, drop a comment. If you ever had someone show up drunk and unqualified to something you paid thousands for, you know exactly how this feels. And if you're booking a wedding photographer, reverse image search their portfolio. Always. Subscribe for more stories of people who fought back against scammers. Because sometimes your wedding doesn't go as planned. Sometimes your photographer is a drunk woman with a pawn shop camera and a fake Instagram. But sometimes your maid of honor's brother shows up with his nature photography camera and saves the day for free. And sometimes a stranger across the country edits your photos because he's horrified someone used his work to scam you. Those are the people who matter. The ones who show up. The ones who help. Rachel went to jail. She deserved it. Matt got a bottle of very expensive whiskey and a lifetime invitation to every family event. Marcus got a thank you card in our eternal gratitude. And me? I got married. I got photos. I got a story. Not the story I planned, but a real one. Rachel's out of jail now. I checked. She served 11 months, got released early for good behavior. I looked her up on social media. She's using a different name. Working at a call center, living in a different state. Good, stay there. Stay away from brides. Stay away from cameras. Stay away from cameras. I hope she learned something. I doubt it. But I hope my wedding wasn't perfect. It was chaotic and stressful, and we got scammed. But I married Daniel. That part was perfect. The photos are just proof it happened. And they're real and perfect. Ours? That's worth more than $8,000 of stolen Instagram aesthetics any day. Rachel can keep the $2,000, while the $1,700 she didn't pay back, I kept everything else. The marriage, the memories, the story. She got jail time and a fraud record that follows her forever. I know who got the better deal.